This is gonna be a little bit messy, probably really messy. Hey, check it out. Our first Pro Tools error. What are you trying to do here? Like, you're breaking it down, you're riding on the crash. Pick a beat, dude. One or the other, like do or do not, right? Crash or don't crash. We're on take 20, but you find little happy accidents there. Who knows what the ending's gonna be like? Who knows? Who knows anything? Not me.
Behind the scenes, with Royish good looks, studio diary.
We are back. Today is Saturday, March 18th. My goal today is to record some guitars, demo guitars, maybe not the final guitars. It's becoming kind of a theme around here, right? I'm thinking that this series is going to be just the demo, and maybe when I get around to do the actual recording, like, the fine tuning for the production and the mix, I may or may not film all of that. That way I can kind of focus. I don't know, maybe I'll get really good at this as we go along. So, Tuesday, March 14th, I didn't work in Pro Tools on the song, but I did take all of the footage from the first two sessions and dump that into Final Cut and start playing around with the editing, seeing how everything came out, how I could do some things differently. And that was a lot of fun to go back through and try to chop those two recording sessions up into episodes of their own. I'm still kind of rethinking like how to approach this whole project of, is this just a diary day by day, or if I'm going to have like one big documentary that all of this is a part of at the end of, the whole project. But I think it was really smart to take a day to just look back at the footage and get some ideas of where this might go in the future. And I was also hoping to buy some time because I ordered RAM for my Mac Mini because it's like a little jittery when I'm in Pro Tools. So it doesn't really make for the best experience to be like filming, working in Pro Tools, me commentating is slowing it down. The computer being slow is slowing it down. So there's a lot of technical issues I've been trying to work out through this, but I want to make it better. Hopefully by the end of the entire series, the last episode will look really good. Wednesday, March 15th, that's when The Mandalorian came out, Bad Batch came out, so I watched those episodes in the morning. I spent the rest of the day podcasting on the Krypton to Alderaan podcast. We recorded reviews for those episodes. I edited the review for The Mandalorian episode, so that was another day of taking a break from working on the project. That's always a good thing. I was having a lot of trouble sleeping the first couple nights of starting the song. Having listened to it so much and having it stuck in my head, I tend to just lay in bed and like the song plays on a loop because that's what you were doing all day. It's like when you play too much Tetris and you see the pieces falling down when you're trying to fall asleep. I think that's a good thing, that I'm really excited about the song, but I've been a little bit sleep deprived ever since. Then we have Thursday, March 16, and I took the day off to focus on finishing my taxes. That's been on my to-do list and I finally crossed that off. So that felt really good. And again, another day of just not in Pro Tools, not listening to the song and taking a step away to hopefully come back with some clear eyes. So like I said, I was trying to bide some time for this RAM to get shipped. Oh, I also got this iFixit toolkit to open up the Mac Mini because you need special tools, I guess. So the tools to open up the Mac Mini came, but the RAM hasn't shown up yet. So Friday, I didn't want to jump back into recording because I want it to be a smooth thing. So Friday, March 17th, this is yesterday at time of filming, I had another sort of technical troubleshooting day. I cataloged some more footage from The Mandalorian. I cataloged some dialogue and lyric ideas, and I figured out how to output from OBS. I can have Pro Tools audio come out on one track and also my voiceover come out on a separate track. That might seem like an obvious thing, but I didn't set that up for the first 2 days. I didn't know how, but now I figured that out. Or so we'll find out at the end of today.
Behind the scenes.
I have some idea of what kind of guitar stuff we're gonna do. I'm gonna start pretty straightforward with like power chord, punk rock riffing, my kind of wheelhouse. Just like we were talking with some of the drum arranging, I don't want it to be super cookie cutter, but we've got to start somewhere. So what I think will be helpful to do is just jump into Pro Tools and, record sort of like a scratch take through, or at least like jam along to figure out what might sound cool in different parts, and then go back in and sort of fill in the blanks. This is going to be a little bit messy, probably really messy. So let's give it a shot. I'm just going to run it from the top and we'll do kind of a scratch take. Let's see what happens.
You took the creed and believe this is the way. All of your life you've been both hunter and prey. You're a man.
Hey, check it out. Our first Pro Tools error on screen here. I don't know if one has come up yet, but hey, didn't like me zooming in and out there, huh? I wanted to make sure that you could see what was going on. So what's really funny about this is, obviously I'm forgetting some of the chords and some of the transitions. Now, the wheels are starting to turn, so I'm gonna keep riffing. It's not recording, goofball. Yeah, so that ending there, I don't know if we're gonna chop up the last chorus. Like, it can't do that tom-tom thing every time. So I don't know if it'll be like crash, crash, crash with the sort of broken up thing. Crash, crash. But then second time through, crash, 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 crash. Have the same sort of structure of broken up, pulsing eighth notes. So we'll have to figure that out. So if you caught it, it looked like I wasn't recording, but I am in punch record mode here. So I should be able to trim back this clip and all that audio is still there. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Punch record mode, you'll never miss a thing. All right, I'm gonna pause, make sure the video's working. All right, seems like the recording came out okay. Now we'll go back through just like part by part and we'll fill it all in. Again, look at that kind of like a scratch track. Come on, Pro Tools, you can do it. We gotta get this RAM, baby. It's so slow. I'll save this as just kind of a scratch playlist that we can get back to if we want to. And maybe we can pan these guitars, do it a little bit more traditional. I don't know if we're gonna do this like following that giddy up drum pattern or just... That's kind of cool. It's got a little bit more of a like, yeah, I'm the Mandalorian. All right, so let's redo both of these here. All right, everybody wants a piece of me. Come on, baby. All right, so we had our first Pro Tools error, our first Pro Tools crash, and I'm mobile now. I'm standing. I'm not gonna sit. Maybe it'll be a little bit more fun and I can get my butt out of the chair, which is something very rare for a recording engineer. All right, to hopefully save some power, I've frozen the vocal tracks. So I would freeze the drums too, but I think we might end up changing some of the drums and some of the bass. So I don't want to freeze them so we can get back to them. Hopefully this will save some power though. All right, let's go. Yeah, I don't like the giddy up rhythm there. Okay, so pro tip, just take your first guitar, bring it down to your second guitar track, and then double it up. And even if you're gonna punch in from one section to another, always play into it. So I'm doing the pre-chorus. I'm gonna end on the chorus chord though, so that when we punch in on the chorus, it'll sound good. Hey, we gotta pan these. Pan one left, one right, right? There we go. Yeah, I think here we might need something that's like... You would grow up, never showing your face. Didn't ask why, it's just how you were raised. And then everything comes in. That might be on like a third guitar track, but let's focus on these main rhythms for now. Maybe we go up to E minor, like every other time, down every other time, or maybe it's different in the chorus versus the post-chorus. Totally down the second time there, right? We can get a really evil, fourth going into that next section. The best scar still that makes the man. Yeah, like that. So let's punch that little section in just for fun. I don't know. We'll see. Nah, let's just go right to the chord. Cool. Punch it in. Almost needs some kind of accent on the pause there too, like a reverse cymbal, ta-da-ting, on the ride cymbal or something maybe. I'd also like there to be some kind of lead for the chorus to make it lift from the verse. Obviously the rhythms and the drums go into the ride cymbal. That is a change in the arrangement, but it's always nice when like the arrangement gets a lift, whether that's with the vocal doubles, vocal harmonies, or something on the guitar. Like, I love double stop rhythms like that, or some kind of octaves I think would be really cool for here. We'll see if the power chords are enough. All right, so let's punch in for the post-chorus here. Oh, that's where it would have a little pickup there, right? Drums definitely still up in the air of what the beat will be, but right now there's sort of a anticipated crash cymbal, so we'll follow along with that. And then second time through has to be some kind of like held out thing. Yeah, I'm not sure, that needs some movement there. That's a little boring. I don't know if we're gonna strum through. I don't know if there needs to be a... That could be cool there in this pickup. Yeah, let's try doubling that. It'll sound a little cleaner. And then on the bass, we'll have to edit that to kind of match here. So we'll just take off 1/8 note there. Yeah, I don't know about this strum pattern, but it's closer. I also think if we add some leads, that will inform it. Last time I was coming up with some sort of like moving lead line almost for the rhythm, guitar and bass, like a... So I wonder if we can maybe even do like a... I think we talked about a single string thing at one point. Is that gonna fit in though? Maybe we punch in the fills. This will be a little crude, but let's try it out. All right, I don't know if I like it. I'll save those on another playlist. Yeah. You gotta leave room for the Mandalorian chant thing. So let's go to this next verse. Okay, so that works, because I think that's the fill here. Do-ba-do? Yeah. Let's just do those first two parts, because I think the second time through might be cool to double the... on the distorted sound.
Deep in the minds, you would try to redeem everything that you are, or so it would seem. You're a man.
Yeah, we'll either continue this chopped up palm muting, or
You didn't know there could be so much more.
maybe we can do a little bit different of a palm muting pattern there. Hey, I'm just realizing that the mic's all the way down here, but I'm up here. So hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. I'll fix it later. We can sort of have the rhythm push through like that.
You didn't know there could be so much more. But when you learned, you had to settle the score. You're a man.
What are we gonna do here? Maybe it's the first time through palm muted and second time through open. All on crash though. Yeah, I guess it's a little messy for now, but let's roll with that. Chorus, copy pasta, right? All right, some relief. So now we're into the bridge. I kind of like this bridge with that palm muting, like, or the part at least. With the palm muting is different. It leaves a lot of space for this particular solo right now. The other option is to do diamonds instead of strumming eighth notes. Let it riff. I think we'll keep it strumming for now. Punching this last section though. Something like that, maybe.
If you're a Mandalorian.
I like this little hint that we're getting into the... like that little clue into the next part here.
Mandalorian. Always a Mandalorian.
Let's see if we can double that up.
If you're a Mandalorian. Always
Cool!
Mandalorian. It was so
Yeah, this first beat. Do we want a whole quarter note?
always a Mandalorian.
Yeah, the eighth note is a little cooler there. We got a new ending here, so let's do these last two chords.
I understand.
Yeah, get real heavy there. And then, definitely a different vibe on the crash. What if it just hangs, the one crash, right? Is that cool? Kind of weird. It's just no different from the other section. So let's, I guess, riff through this. All right, there we have all of the rhythm guitars in, or at least one version of all the rhythm guitars in, which might not seem like a lot, and we've only been working for like an hour or so here. But now if I was to bounce even just this, at least it sounds like a normal sort of arrangement. That clean guitar is cool, but it's totally not the full picture and not what I intended. It just was the placeholder to do that first demo that we've been working with. So this is cool. I think the next thing would be to try and layer some leads in for the verse. If there's any other kind of like fills that might stick out. Again, even just the like sometimes that can really make the difference. That might actually be cooler in the verses then. So there you go. We're thinking, okay, what can we do to make this more interesting? Let's go back to the verse and try that for a second here. Yeah, maybe it would be like one ear is doing this, the other ear is doing the riffing. Yeah. Now we're having fun. Now it's starting to feel a little bit more like a Royish Good Looks tune. maybe we can do a little bit different here. This is reminding me of How Liberty Dies, has sort of a similar, like, riffing on fourths and thirds for one guitar, power chords for the other. What about the first part, though? Does that need it? Might be too much in that first part, right? Yeah, maybe it almost needs to do like a ringing out. Maybe we can do the same chords. Yeah, I don't know. Rather than having it choke off completely. What happens if we take the scratch out? It's interesting how brooding this is. I wanted to be brooding. I think they'll work well together if that's like a centered guitar, not so much, you know, crazy stereo watery as it is now. Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but the rhythm guitars are kind of pumped up a few dB in Pro Tools, but in general, nothing's mixed right now. But whatever you're recording, you've got to pump the volume up to be able to hear it, but it's definitely loud in the mix. And the rhythm versus the lead and vice versa, whatever, all those volume levels are going to change, you know, as soon as we turn these back down and turn the lead up maybe. Totally different, right? Alright, I like this part, but it's moving around a little bit too much. Like, it could be that simple, right? But now, I can't hear my guitar, right? You know, it's 6 dB quieter than it was before. You have to have some foresight to know that the elements in the mix are going to change, the arrangement can change, and that all that is okay. I've done this enough that I sort of have a routine and I know how it's going to shape up. That's the way that I internalize it as I'm working, that it is constantly malleable. All right, so let's punch this little... Need a good transition here between the two. Actually made it a little bit easier to play the part, so that's not bad. All right, but now, so first verse is way different than those. Would these be cooler with that third, fourth thing going on? I guess I want to keep those simple for now. Let's pull up the lead tracks and see if we can drop in some leads for the chorus. Gonna end up just playing the solo again. All right, I kind of like that, and dropping down to that fourth, kind of like what we were talking about with the rhythm guitar, that going down to the fourth, that sort of works here as well in the lead. But I think we hit the low E for the power chord. Well, we can do that for the lead instead, and we get the same sort of idea, right? So that's cool. I don't know if we want this to like move from part to part, you know? So like... have all this movement could be cool. And I think what might help is a little bit of a fret wrap, groove gear fret wrap to kind of mute noise in between the strings. Hey, how come nobody told me these pans weren't tracked? Tracks weren't panned. All right, it's interesting. And then for this next part, for my next trick. Same parts, I guess, although that first chord, I really like it on the minor third there because it's giving it a whole major chord. It was so hard to see, right? But in this part, I think it might be cooler to have the sus2. Mandalorian. What makes the Mandalorian?
That makes the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's too bright and happy with the third in the chord. Let's do it as the suspension. What makes the Mandalorian? Only fourths in this part?
What makes the Mandalorian?
Yeah, that second time through, we need to kind of like relax on the strumming a little bit. Something's got to happen there. So let's listen back through the chorus to the post-chorus here.
The Mandalorian. What makes the Mandalorian? Deep in the minds, you would try to.
So it does go to hi-hat for that one moment there, and I kind of didn't mind it on the tom-toms for a lot of that, but it does go to the hi-hat just for the last couple beats. I wonder what that would be like a measure or two earlier, though. Yeah, then we wouldn't have these double snare hits either. We just have the one hit wonder. And maybe on the snares, we could do an accent crash. Yeah, one or the other, like do or do not, right? Crash or don't crash. Yeah, and then what do we do here? We can't have all these changing patterns. This is one of my biggest pet peeves when it's like, what are you trying to do here? Like, you're breaking it down, you're riding on the crash, and then you're riding on the hi-hat. Like, pick a beat, dude. I don't know if we need to, like, steal the ending there. If we steal this kind of, like, outro chord, and there's a more interesting transition between these parts, rather than just riffing through them. It definitely lends more of a like decrescendo into that other verse, but it's a really long section of time. You know, if we go to the minutes and seconds here, 3 seconds, 3.6 seconds of not a lot going on. What makes the man? So maybe we do another vocal tag there. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, let's just ring these out, do some kind of cool fill and a vocal tag. All right, it's not perfect, but that's interesting. That will give it a chance to be different from the next post-chorus when we just riff right through it into the bridge. A lot of this is thinking about the grander, arrangement of the song start to finish. Those two measures there being a rung out chord instead of riffing through solves the issue of having the next time this section repeats being a little bit more interesting, that you get something new before it's over, rather than like, oh, I've heard this before. And I think it's just super crucial that the part keeps your attention like that. Maybe we can bring back the double flamin' snares. So I know we talked about this crash earlier. Maybe we get rid of that and there's a... Maybe it just brings back the tom-tom riffing here. And maybe we can do an open hi-hat into it. That could be cool. Oh, we can do a callback to the other episode. That's a perfect place for the Travis Barker fill to come in. Flat doom ting, right? Oh, and we said we were gonna do splash. Cool. So there you go. That was unexpected, but that's kind of a cooler little transition now. So now let's roll it back a little bit. We'll hear that transition one more time. So I think that works. Another thing that would be cool is if the vocals were not deactivated to save memory. I've got the tracks frozen, but when I unfreeze them, yeah, I think we add another vocal there, you know? I don't think we can have too many. So we'll roll through this section. What makes the man? What makes the man? Maybe there's just a reintroduction of the riff. Maybe we need something for the extended pre-chorus section here. Something different for this pre-chorus section would be cool. Does it come in right away though? Might need to come in right on top of that. Sounds like a mess of guitars right now, but I also like the fact that we're playing on D. Mandalorian! But we can suspend it. Suspended 4. Kind of similar to the suspended 2. Same kind of, you know, spacey sound. Gives you a little bit more color, just makes it more interesting. And I like the Mandalorian being the theme. Like, what makes the Mandalorian? You're this strong warrior people. That, of course, you would have a strong, you know, very consonant sound rather than, you know, that's Jar Jar Binks, right? Jar Jar Binks gets a major chord, right? Din Djarin gets the sus4 or potentially the sus2, right? Yeah, I can't even hear the vocals right now with our wall of guitars, but that's cool. Okay, and then we change the ending, right? That makes sense now. We just roll through with the hi-hats. Instead of having these hi-hats in the first section, you know, we got rid of those and we brought the tom-toms in. This makes sense though. And then here, I don't know if we want to go to that suspension again, or if we just want to take the chorus verbatim. Actually, you know what? Since there's going to be the solo, we probably don't even want anything there. Or if we did, we'd roll it a little bit lower in the mix. Maybe we can do a little lower octave, just so there's something. So maybe we do the same sort of, right? Let's just feel it out. Yeah, I don't know, that's something to work with for now at least. So again, the cool thing about that, we don't totally lose like the double tracks here. So we still have a rhythm track and a, you know, lead to help kind of fill in. I mean, these are really, they serve the same purpose as to be a wall of sound, but these octaves are a little bit darker. A little bit darker, you know, one octave down than the lead from the chorus, right? Obviously, the guitar tone and the EQ is a little different, but they're a little warmer, so that should make room for our solo riff, which we can put in a minute. We'll do our lead build up here. So maybe that would be a good opportunity to resolve it, right? Always a Mandalorian. Mandalorian, you know? What does it mean? What makes the Mandalorian? You know, we think it's this strong warrior way, but it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, we get a real dramatic pause there. I think that'll work. Goof that one up. Yeah, that's fun that we can rip into this next section here. All right, post-chorus. Then we did another cut here, right? Do we need this to cut on this last beat? The other choruses do a snare drum and floor tom into them, I believe. So instead of having there be this double flaming snare, we can have snare and floor tom. And we will rock out through this. I'm feeling almost this like da-da-do-da-da. I'm feeling another change in the drums instead of this do-do-do-do-pa, do-do-do-do-do-do-pa. Kind of like a do-do-do-da-da, do-do-do-do-do-da-da. Totally different feel, but I kind of love this like aggressive nature of it. Rocking out right now, it feels good. Yeah, if we're gonna do that one fill from post-chorus 1 to verse 1 with the what makes the man, that's what we do into the bridge, right? So we have to do that. Maybe we bring it back in the end, maybe not. I was kind of hearing a like bit crushed drum set. But then what do you end on? You know, you're still gonna end up hanging on a chord at the end. Yeah, I don't know about that ending. And also, who knows how long the song's gonna ring out? Who knows what the ending's gonna be like? Who knows? Who knows anything? Not me! Ah! Okay, so let's listen to that. This interlude section here. Got a little bit too much fun, Roy. Look at how off of the timing here. You're way early on this particular clip here. Oi. So we can fix the timing of this section a little bit, and that might make it feel a little bit better. That's another thing with the lag, is it's making it hard to perform on time. I've got a big buffer in Pro Tools. I think I'm at 512 samples, which is a little long. Of course, just whatever this computer lag is. Like, who knows what if it's just adding more latency. Yeah, so just fixing the edit there sounds a little better too. What about this double drum hit though? Da 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 da. I kind of like it here, but not for these other ones. Hopefully my video didn't cover that up. So I think the only things left to do now are maybe add in the bridge solo.
Studio Diary.
All right, so I got a track set up here for the solo section. It's roughly the same settings from the Bad Batch solo. I think these are pretty similar parts, but I'm gonna add some sparkle on it, some echo and delay. And I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I've got an idea and we'll figure it out, and maybe we'll do a couple of takes. So maybe let's set up some playlists. We'll just keep tracking and seeing what happens. Nope, not gonna be that one. Some parts of that I liked. Not all of it though, not a lot of it. I like going down for that second part. Right? Something like that. Yeah, something there. Today is the way, this is the way. What's that? that last line. It's just like the chorus. It's the last two measures, you know, are hard to make interesting. Almost getting to the point where I want to punch some of this in, but let's give it a shot. You can do this. Ooh, I like that one. That's what that needs to be the second time through there. So that's the funny thing, you know, we're on take 20, but you find little happy accidents there. Yeah, so now, getting closer. So that was 21. Is take 22 the one? No. Just want to punch at that end just to make this easier. It's fun to get these full takes though. I think the benefit of doing the full takes is you hear the full musical sentence. You know, you hear the whole phrase. Like number one, I could play it and it would feel like a natural solo, or comping it together would still feel natural. But either way, you hear the entire idea. Hopefully that'll be satisfying. Rather than doing it bit by bit, and we could definitely make a really crazy solo, chopping it up one measure at a time. We could play it really well. We could play things that maybe would be impossible or more difficult to play cleanly if we were doing it all at once. Trying to do a full take certainly gives it character you would not get otherwise. It's also just a challenge to get to the end of the take, which is kind of funny. But you can see here, you know, we're starting to get to the end, which is nice. How does it start off? Man, I'm getting tired. Maybe we gotta stand for this? Let's stand up and rock out. What do you say, everybody? You all, everybody!
You all, everybody.
You never heard that song?
You all, everybody.
We gotta keep moving.
Let's do this. Got two fat fingers to play up there. We're getting there though, it's so close. I think that's roughly the part. Let's just punch in the end. Why don't we? I think we got enough to work with. We're just goofing around now. That'd be cool. Put my slash on. I don't know if that needs a slide. Yeah, it kind of naturally decays there. So that's cool. Now, we got all these other takes to play with. So, we'll come back down here. Sorry if the camera is moving a bunch, but you're gonna stand, you're gonna sit, you're gonna get up and jump around, right?
Jump around.
Let's comp this bad boy. A lot of takes here. Not normally maybe recommended, like we could have just wrote the part and practiced it. But we've got these takes, so everything that was there can be used, right? You gotta have the patience, as you'll see in a second here. Okay, so there we go. Here's our solo. We're only on the video for that. Bummer. So you can see I've comped together the best of all the takes that we just did. So let's take a listen to it. Well, it's not too bad.
We're all better off no matter what you believe. You're a Mandalorian. Always a man.
This almost feels like that should be on a cleaner sound.
Mandalorian. Always a man.
Maybe we'll put on here, but we can take the gain down a little bit.
Mandalorian.
But we did say that these should ring out, right? And we can punch in on the bridge there, or the third verse. Yeah, we don't need all that there, right? So let's record on this track now. I don't remember what we were on. Push-pull pots, so I think it was pulled. I mean, yeah. You could do it a whole different way.
You're a Mandalorian.
You can almost do that pick part here and just have diamonds on the distorted rhythms. That could potentially be a thing. Can't play well today.
You believe you're a Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian.
Is that enough for this verse part? Let's listen back. See, this particular arrangement makes me want to do the palm muting a little earlier.
Mandalorian,
Listen to the click, mister.
Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian. Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting here. You know, it's changing the whole vibe.
You took a chance when you decided to leave. We're all better off no matter what you believe. You're a Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian.
You know, obviously, if we have the build-up come in there as well, get a whole measure of build-up.
Always a Mandalorian.
Maybe it starts off with like quarter notes.
Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian.
A little bit more of a mixing thing.
You're a Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian.
You know, another thing, it is 6:48 right now. So I've been working for, you know, 3.5 hours on this. You know, I'm starting to get tired and the song sounds like I need to bump up the tempo, you know, so I need to eat and take a little bit of a rest. It's not to be understated. You know, after 3 hours, you don't know what you're hearing. And, you know, just like all the other days of demoing, you know, we'll get it to a point where, you know, we've made progress. So we'll print it down, we'll save the session and, you know, come back to fight another day.
Studio Diary.
So I'm getting ready to wrap up the guitar demo day. I'm still getting used to doing some of this on camera and not having that distract. There's a weird balance between the two that I still have to strike, but I've got a bunch of stuff in there, so this is good enough for today. I've even gone in and punched in that one vocal part, the what makes a man, that extra little tagline. I'm pretty much ready to make the mix down. So what I'll do is I'll make a duplicate playlist of my print track. We'll just call it Demo 3. So now I'm gonna print down the song and you can watch my reaction and maybe we'll chat about it afterwards.
You took the creed and believe this is the way. All of your life you've been both hunter and prey. You're a Mandalorian. Does that make a Mandalorian? You would grow up never showing your face. You didn't ask why, it's just how you were raised. You're a Mandalorian. Does that make a Mandalorian? It was so hard to see, 'cause all my wounds were underneath. But now I understand that it's not the best scar steel that makes the Mandalorian. What makes the Mandalorian? What makes the Mandalorian? What makes the man? What makes the man? Deep in the mines, you would try to redeem everything that you are, or so it would seem. You're a Mandalorian. Does that make a Mandalorian? You didn't know there could be so much more, but when you learned, you
So that's the first time I've heard it all the way through with everything we've done so far today. The only other time I listened to it all the way through today was trying to get some ideas before even filming. I just listened to the whole song back. So it's close. I gotta say that like, it doesn't really feel complete yet. And the funny thing is like, we're labeling this demo 3, but this is all still like the demo. The numbering system kind of makes it seem like it should be more improved than it really is. So maybe I'm being a little bit hard on myself, but it still needs some tweaking. But now having this version, it will be very clear of what needs to be fixed for the next version. And I can take a listen back to it and, you know, forget about everything we did over the last 3 or 4 hours here. Take a listen with some fresh ears tomorrow, and we'll be able to figure out like, oh, okay, this part was cool, but it could be even cooler if we do this, that, or the other thing. The rough idea is there. The crazy thing is like, add up the time so far. You know, it's only been 3 sessions over 3 different days. Maybe this is like 1 whole day working on it. You know, if I had the energy to work 9 to 5, I would, but that's just not how I roll. The next time I come back, I think will be some kind of revision work on what we have so far. Had a lot of fun today, but now I'm looking forward to taking a break. It's Saturday night, so I should have a little bit of fun. Shouldn't be stuck in the studio all day.